Shiv is considered to be the god who can enormously bestow blessings and prosperity on his worshippers. Cambodia had long back adopted a number of deities and primarily Lord Shiv, and the kings there constructed huge temples and monuments. The most famous among them is the Angkor Wat. This video is going to give you an insight into how you can travel to Cambodia and visit these ancient structures. But before we go ahead, do subscribe to this channel to get insights into various travel destinations to travel on your own. Also, this channel is designed for a number of wildlife and other such nature-based stories. To reach Siem Reap, Cambodia, we took a direct flight of AirAsia from Hyderabad, India. For Indians, Cambodia has a visa facility of on arrival, or you could alternatively take an e-visa facility. Outside the airport was the tuk-tuk waiting to take us to the hotel. This is the most famous vehicle in Cambodia. It's like a buggy, the only thing is that instead of the horses, you have the motorcycle. The best time to visit Cambodia is the winter. Although it is so, in winter too you may experience some light showers as we did. On arrival we enjoyed a nice authentic Cambodian meal along with some local fruits. To visit Angkor Wat and the other group of temples you need to take a ticket or a pass for all the days that you're going to visit. So we headed towards the ticketing counter. This was also very beautiful, located in a very nice ancient building. Our first visit was to the Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is the world's largest religious monument. It's an architectural masterpiece of the Khmer constructions. It's built around in the early 12th century. This is the temple whose moat, enclosures and towers represents the universe. The outer limits of Angkor Wat are set by its broad moat faced in laterite and sandstone. The total area of this temple is almost 200 hectares. The temple proper combines two major features of Khmer architecture, a pyramid and concentric galleries. The bas-reliefs are arguably the most famous creations in Khmer art. They cover the exterior walls of Angkor Wat's third enclosure, just above the ground level. The carved area is immense, approaching 600 meters in length and 2 meters high. These panels are having the subject matter from Hindu sources, mainly the Ramayana and Mahabharata epics. A complete detailed visit of Angkor Wat would take you an entire day. We too spent an entire day here, and now after feeling tired we went to a local restaurant to have the Cambodian meals in the form of curries and rice. Then we had some fresh palm juice.
Then juice come out.
The bamboo and container, they drop one, drop there.
Okay.
That's sweet from the palm.
The next destination is the lovely Ta Phrom Temple. And walking into this mysterious place. Ta Phrom has been an inspiration for many writers, thanks to these trees that have grown intertwined amongst the ruins, and they are especially responsible for the Ta Phrom's atmosphere here. This temple has 4 Gopuras, and you would be generally dropped at the eastern part or the eastern Gopura, and you would be picked up from the western Gopura of this temple. Roaming around in this temple, I felt as if I was walking in Jungle Book's Louis' palace. Many portions of this temple are in ruins, but at the same time there are also parts which have beautiful carvings. Next we visited the eastern Gopura of the Ta Phrom Temple. So we have to climb this to reach the top. The steps were steep and at the same time huge in height, making it a difficult climb. And finally I have reached the top. After enjoying the top view of this temple, we descended back. It's fun roaming in the streets of Siem Reap because you can see a number of such entrances for the roads and so many beautiful structures at the site. The Bayon is a complex of face towers. It has narrative bas reliefs of daily life and the Khmer history. The state of Jayaraman 7 has a symbolic center of the universe and the empire. The temple is extremely complex both in terms of its structure and meaning and has passed through different religious phases from the pantheon of the gods, Hindu worship and Buddhism. It uses uniquely a mass of face stars to create a stone mountain of ascending peaks. Bayon was definitely an interesting place to visit. The next visit was to the Babuan Temple, which was actually the state temple of Yashodhapura in the 11th century. This also has a number of bas reliefs in small individual panels, but the speciality of this temple is that when you summit it and climb to the top, you will see a sleeping Buddha in the architectural format. The next destination was Bantisrai. This is located around 20 kilometers away from Angkor Wat, and we took a tuk-tuk and reached here. There's a separate ticket for Bantisrai. This temple is located at the foothills of the Kulin mountain and is having a fairly modern name called as the Citadel of Beauty. This temple is definitely a very beautiful temple and it compares very little with Angkor. It is a miniature scale but amazing decorations on its surfaces. These are very much exceptional. It has beautiful carvings of gods and goddesses and other decorations, and there are many small temples in this vicinity. The statues, the carvings and the entire premises of this particular temple are simply beautiful. One must not miss out on this site. Many people go to Angkor Wat but fail to come to Bantisrai. But you should keep a 1 day of your Cambodia trip for this temple. Definitely worth it. Next destination was the floating village near. So we are going to the floating village and also we are going to visit the mangroves there. On our way we could see various buildings like schools, colleges, their houses. People here do fishing and other related activities. Now we'll be going for the mangrove ride. A small boat is going to take us through the mangroves and here I have to sit cross-legs. The ladies here row these boats. The people here were also doing crocodile breeding. Like other countries, the pythons were also freely traded here. After spending a day in this village, we returned back to our hotel. In the evening, we enjoyed the Apsara dance at the restaurant here. We wanted to see the top view, the aerial view of Angkor Wat, and so we visited the balloon center in Siem Reap. Here you pay and you can actually see the beautiful aerial view of Angkor Wat. It's simply an amazing experience not to be missed. With these amazing memories of Cambodia, we returned back to India.